VOX MACHINA defeated the Briarwoods, exorcised Percy, and prevented the Whispered One's return. Tal'Dorei is saved, and all is well, right?
Wrong.
The capital is under attack. Who are these dragons and what do they want? In this video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about VOX MACHINA Season 2. The dragons' attack marks the beginning of the third arc of Critical Role's first campaign, the Chroma Conclave arc. In case you didn't know, the legend of VOX MACHINA is based on the Dungeons & Dragons campaign called Critical Role. Don't worry though, I'm just providing a brief outline here of what Season 2 will be dealing with, without spoiling anything for you. Exactly as General Krieg had announced at the beginning of the show, it seems that the era of dragons is nigh. The Order of Dragons' goal, who call themselves Chroma Conclave, is to seize control of Tal'Dorei, and probably the entire world. Thus their conquest begins at the capital of Emon. Needless to say, VOX MACHINA survived the initial attack and determined their new mission to take down all of the dragons, that unfortunately are all way more destructive than General Krieg, especially the King of Dragons. Having already struggled to defeat Krieg though, the group goes about gathering its options to power up, until the heroes learn of the existence of some mind-blowingly powerful ancient items, like armory, weapons, etc. Therefore, part of Season 2 will be focusing on obtaining those, what also creates the opportunity to explore the vast and beautiful continent of Tal'Dorei, given that the items are scattered all over the lands. Similar to Season 1, during their travels, with every foe they encounter and every witch Scanlan hits on, the main characters' personalities and developments are going to be fleshed out bit by bit. We will definitely get to know more about Vex and Vax's past, given that their obligational main character traumatic past revolves all around a dragon burning their hometown and so on. These two take the spotlight this time, but the other characters are not neglected. In accordance with Season 1 that dove into Percy's story in all detail, went over Pike's story as a side dish, and teased Vex and Vax's past, Season 2 could additionally shine light on Grog's and Keyleth's origins. While trying to retrieve a magical item, VOX MACHINA runs into Grog's uncle, who turns out to have a thing for killing. What a surprise! And needs to be defeated. Considering that the fight against him spans over several Critical Role episodes, it's likeliest Grog's development becomes the season's #1 subplot. However, the party also winds up at the Fire Asharis. Although Keyleth is an Air Ashari, their encounter makes for a convenient introduction to Ashari culture, and thus a clever setup for Season 3, in light of the fact that Arc 4, following the Chroma Conclave arc, includes progress in Keyleth's Aramante. Though, bearing in mind that the animated show makes some slight alterations to the original, it will be just as plausible if Keyleth's development is pushed forward to Arc 3. But enough of character development. Just like me, you're dying to find out where the open plot threads from Season 1 are leading. Anna Ripley returns, interfering with VOX MACHINA's attempt to obtain the ancient items. But never mind her. Why is no one talking about the orb at the ziggurat eating people that somehow happens to appear right after the Briarwoods tried reviving the Whispered One? I can assure you, the Whispered One will return, as you have probably already guessed, and its story will be exhilarating to watch on screen, just not in Season 2. In fact, the Whispered One is the first campaign's final arc's main antagonist, and thus likely also the show's final opponent to beat.